Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look, or I'm doing another Doctor Who Big Finish collection update, as I've got a total of 8 new Big Finish since my last collection update, which was, I think I did it on the exact same day I did that new news video on Christmas Day, because I did get 2 new Big Finish that day, which included Terra Firma and Night Thoughts. So yeah, first of all, we have at the top of the pile of stuff of Big Finish, we have Technophobia, which I have listened to once. My friend over at Nerd Centrals. I'll listen to it a second time, and then I'll review it on the channel. I know I'm being a bit of a massive hypocrite because I'm not the biggest fan of the David Tennant, or David Tennant as the Doctor and stuff, but I do like stories like Bells of St. John and stuff along that line where, you know, Terminator, stuff along that line where technology goes haywire, Robocop. So, you know, to do something like Terminator or Robocop but meets Doctor Who is really good. And apparently I've heard nothing but positive things about this, and it's by Matt Fitton, who is pretty much one of the golden oldies at this point, maybe, I think, of Big Finish. You know, he's definitely one of the writers a lot of people seem to adore. This is the only one that I've got in the David Tennant one, and this is the only one that I really care for, as the other two. Time Reaver did sound interesting, but I'm not going to get it. Light at the End, which marked my 20th Big Finish release, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how many I have in total Big Finish, either that or I've already told you, I can't even remember. But yeah, Light at the End is the 50th anniversary Big Finish release, really good, first review of 2016 for me, and I gave it a 9 out of 10, it's that good. 100, which is the 100th release in the monthly range. There's not much that I can really say about this because I've still not listened to it. I got it at Sheffield Comic Con, so for like $14.99, which I thought was a bit much, but then again it is a actual compilation of stories, so it's more than just one story. ID, which I think is one of the lower end episodes that I've got, unfortunately, which yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Audio quality is not too bad. It was 2007, so it is a later monthly range release at 94. So, you know, it's just I've only got up to 100 of the monthly range, so I've not got actually past 100 in the monthly range, as my aim was to get 1 to 100, but obviously with 1 to 50 pretty much being extinct now at this point, it'd probably be best to try and do 50 to 100. Time Works, which looks really cool, the cover, 80. Time Works, why did I get this? Mainly because I had Night Thoughts, and, you know, this was the next story, really. That and the fact that, from what I remember of the trailer, I did enjoy listening to the trailer. Night Thoughts, which I still haven't listened to, just haven't had the, I don't know, the time or energy to want to listen to it, really, so why did I get it? Well, hopefully I will listen to it at some point. That's the plan. Life 34, 7 out of 10. I personally didn't like it that much. It's still decent, it's just it's not the best story ever. It's rather unique and experimental, so I think it's got a niche audience. I think that's what I'm trying to get at, you know, like there's only a little bit of a demographic there. I think it's very much an episode that you could only do in Big Finish because it'd alienate too many people if you had it in the TV show now, especially, and that would be too much of a risk on the BBC's part. Terra Firma, which is good, I'll just say that without spoiling the rest of the upcoming review one day. As I've listened to it once, I just want to listen to it a second time and then try and do the best review I can, because the thing is, with the hour-long episodes, I find those easier to review because they're only an hour, like, well, Light at the End's 2 hours, but and stuff, but what is it, these monthly range releases are rather more challenging to review because there's like so many parts and so much happens and stuff to both the Doctor and the characters and the villain that you want to retain as much of it, so then you could have as much context slash stuff to talk about, and that which I've found rather difficult doing with monthly range releases. Unregenerated, which I definitely, out of Timeworks and Unregenerated, I definitely want to listen to this one a lot more. I don't know, I'm just a lot more keen to listen to this one, as it just seems to, I don't know, it just seemed to intrigue me, you know, considering the Doctor, his lexicon is usually very, especially the Seventh Doctor, a lot more intellectually, like, you know, advanced than how he was talking in that. The Last, which I gave an 8 out of 10, just a superb story, really. I think my only gripe with Timeworks now is that I've got so much sort of high praise or high expectations with Timeworks, because Embrace the Darkness, The Last, and Terra Firma were all very good stories. As I say, 8 out of 10. Embrace the Darkness, 8 out of 10, and the earliest one I have in the monthly range. The second War Doctor box set, Infernal Devices, which, Infernal Devices, which I don't know, I mean, I think it definitely is a dip in quality compared to the first box set. I think they try and keep one overall theme, which is Infernal Devices, about, like, the horrible war weapons, or weapons of war, even. But I think, I don't know, I think it just feels the stories feel a bit too disjointed for my liking personally, but I'll definitely review this at some point, one day. But yeah, definitely a step down from the first box set, so I'm hoping the third one is an improvement. The first box set, which I absolutely adore and think is just superb, really, it is definitely a really good story. I think where the second one fell for me and didn't do it for me, this one does, because every story is connected and that. But I do like how in the second one they do try and, like, not use the Daleks as much, and to be fair, that is one of my best stories, or one of the stories that I liked the most in the second War Doctor box set, the one without the Daleks in much, which is the Legion of the Lost. I did quite like that one a lot. Dark Eyes, the first box set. I've listened to The Great War a while back. I do want to review this at some point. It's just getting around to listening to all four of them, and then retaining all of the information about them all, and reviewing them all, and doing all that. So I think it'll be quite some time before I review any box sets on the channel, unfortunately. Or I'll try my best to one day do a box set of sorts, but yeah. So yeah, I only have 3 box sets, which isn't a lot, really. The Invasion of E-Space, which I have most recently reviewed on the channel, I gave that a 9 out of 10, up there with Light at the End. That's a Companion Chronicle, and this is the only 2 that I've got. Time Vampire, 8 out of 10, it's a decent story. Energy of the Daleks, I think I gave that an 8 out of 10, it's a very good story. First episode that I got in the 4th Doctor series, Wrath of the Iceni, which came yesterday with Technophobia, wherever that is, and stuff, and John Dorney. I knew his name rang a bell because he wrote the first episode in the second War Doctor box set, which was The Legion of the Lost, which, as I say, I did quite like. So I have somewhat quite high expectations from this story, but I'm a bit worried because it is also a pure historical, which I've not listened to a pure historical before in Big Finish, so which is a bit weird. Renaissance Man, which is episode 2, and then Destination Nova, which I've heard mixed things about, like some people really like it, some people don't. So yeah, I've got episodes 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the 4th Doctor Adventure series, or the first series anyway. I've got 1 to 4. So yeah, I hope to get obviously 5 and 6 soon. But yeah, I've got a total of 27 Big Finish audios, including like the numbers from the box sets, the 3 box sets. So yeah, this has been my collection update. Thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.